Hello, you're watching the Restimators. We are on week number 14 in our early retirement journey. Last November, we started a public account with $50,000 and every week we deposit $500. Our goal is to reach $700,000 in 10 years by maintaining a yearly return rate of 15%. Every Monday, we make changes to that account. If you want early access to these transactions, you can sign up for the retirement tracker. Link is in the description. This was another bad week for the public account. We lost 6.83%, and the VTI, which is the total market index from Vanguard, on the weekly chart, it went up 1.72%. This was due to PayPal, which is a stock that we own in the public account, and after earnings, it started selling off very bad. So in fact, I think around Tuesday, at some point, we are leading to the best week of the public account ever. We are up to 54.83, almost up 4,000 in the public account in 2 days. And then PayPal announced its earnings and dropped 25%. And because we hold these put credit spread, we are even more exposed to the volatility that is happening with PayPal. The good news is that the credit spread is expiring only in April, so we have around 2 months to get this position back on out of the money. So that's how we make money with shorting contracts. In this case, we shorted a put contract, so we are making money if PayPal goes up and stays above our break-even price of 150. So there is enough time to get back to profitability on this one, but we are actually down 100% on that position, 2,500 just on this credit spread. So if we go back to the public account and look at the history, you can see that I've been buying PayPal pretty heavily, and that was the only 2 transactions, actually 3 transactions I've done. I've bought $1,000 worth of PayPal shares at 142.47, and then the same day I actually bought another 1,000 of 136.97, and then I started a new option leap contract for PayPal using $2,000 worth of margin call. So I've mentioned in the last video that I would be comfortable increasing my margin to $10,000, and that's what I've done. You can see I've configured our borrowing limit to $10,000, which is 20% of my total account value. Tomorrow I'm gonna deposit 500. I'm hoping for a better week for PayPal. I'm not concerned about the company. The reason that it started setting off like that, it's the weaker projection. So if we go access PayPal and look at the earnings result, it was not terrible. They actually just missed by a cent on earnings per share, and they beat on revenue. So that the reason that it's starting to sell off like that, it's the revenue growth projections. It's getting very close to a value company. So PayPal was trading at a premium like a growth company, and the sell-off is to bring this holding to a value play, which is fine. And I think as time progresses, PayPal will continue to beat expectations. Eventually it's going to go back to its previous levels. So apart from that, I've done a bunch of PayPal acquisitions this week. That's the LEAP contract for the 170 call for PayPal expiring January 20th, 2023. It's the same expiration date for the Alibaba call. I'm actually down already on this position quite a bit. I entered at 995, and then I'm down 25% because that same contract now is selling for 745. I'll keep holding and probably averaging down for this contract, similar to what I've been doing with Alibaba. I've started with 3 contracts, and now I think I'm up to 6 contracts. I'm barely negative on that one, and this Alibaba and PayPal are the ones that I'm feeling the strongest about. VALE this week actually led the market in the public account Overall, I think with VALE, we are up almost 40% on that position. And lastly, Corsair, I think it did okay this week. It went up 2.6%, beating the market, and I'm down around 14%. So now, by far, PayPal, it's my biggest lagger, and it's holding the account down. Just with PayPal, I'm down 31%, 2,800 on the shares, plus the put credit spread that I've opened that I'm losing quite a lot of money. I hope for better days with PayPal, and next week I will be buying more of some of these holdings. So if you want to get early access to what I've been buying, you can sign up for the retirement tracker. Link is in the description. See you next week.